As usual at Maker Central, I was helping out at the Make Crude Mistakes stand teaching classes. This year I was helping Lucas with the hand puppets because they had a lot of sewing, and at least I had some grasp of that. They get such a personality as soon as you give them eyes. But that's true about a lot of things. This guy took the class a previous year, and what he started there, he finished at home and brought it to show Lucas. Superbly done. But Maker Central is more than classes. There's a lot of cool stuff to be seen, like cosplay here by Mickey Makes 3D. And here we see why bad guys need minions. There's cool tools like the X2 laser and an entire airplane bunker waiting to be buried, courtesy of Tornado Dave. This will look really good in his backyard. Airplane boxes. Not really my thing, but I know some that really likes them. You can tie the front to be buried with it, so I took the chance and placed a sticker. And I signed it as well, because the sticker will probably fall off. This was another cool laser tool, a scanner that can make an impressive 3D model of you in mere minutes. But as I hinted before, there were a lot of classes, like the Wooden Poleaxe class hosted by Paul from Brookswood Builds. Looked like a lot of fun, especially for those who like the tools at home. Here I think it was a notebook class, and the brothers Make had their plastic recycling class. Resin Jules and Sophia shared booth for their classes. There were also electronics, trying out virtual welding practice, and pen turning. A lot to do with woodworks. Soulstop was there, showing off their machines that were now available in the UK market. And of course there were some famous YouTubers, like Alex Steele, Bobby Duke and Colin Firth. Sarah from Red Rocking Bird was nice as always, but seeing her gave me a guilty conscience, since I haven't yet used the clay she gave me last year. Lots and lots and lots of cool stuff to look at. Sometimes it was almost overwhelming, so it was good to just look at some wood. Yeah, that's the stuff. At the Make It Maker stand, Andy Pugh held an official Maker Swap, where you gave something you made and randomly got someone else's in return. Our channel was a proud, recipient of my Batlet pillow, link in description.
That's a video, isn't it?
Yeah. I was so pleased that it came to a loving home. Here you see the versatility of it. The uses are endless. Myself, I got a carved heart spoon and 2 notebooks made by Andy Pugh. Just look at those stitches. The good thing with the Make It Maker stand is that cool people gravitate to it, and many of them have cool stuff to show off. Like these wings. So bloody amazing. Just look at that mechanism. Waiting for the second class, Lucas made a puppet to help with the demonstration. Because we makers have a hard time just sitting around. We have to keep our hands busy. Like Steve here, fixing his trousers. The second puppet class also went off without a hitch. It was so good seeing the puppets come to life.
Hand puppets take selfies.
But Maker Central is so much more than the show. In some cases, it barely comes second.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Everyone who listens to the podcast does.
Because when the expo ends, you get to share a meal with the other wonderful makers and chat away the night at the Hilton Bar. As I hope you know, I co-host a maker podcast called Make Crude Mistakes, link in the description, and this year I decided to do some guerrilla marketing. Before the start of every day, I collected about 50 programs and added a flyer before I put them back. So if you got one of them, consider yourself blessed. A good thing about being an exhibitor is that you get access to the show floor even before the VIP ticket holders, so you can walk around and admire the cool stuff in relative peace and quiet. Speaking of loud noises, it is fun to see robots work, but I must say that I prefer the human touch. I wish I was as handy with the turboplane as Lauren Wood. And then the carves showed to be really good with both chainsaw, blowtorch and power sander. There is something special about making sawdust. This little thing was so neat. I think it was some kind of school project. Feels like a printer that came to life. The final puppet class.
Let glue dry.
I must say that I was really impressed by all the participants both days. There were some seriously awesome monsters that came to life during the show. But the Make It Maker stand was of course much more than puppets. We had leatherworking, notebooks, electronics, paracord bracelets and scrapwood builds. All of it was free, just happy makers wanting to share the love of making. I bet Paul couldn't help himself and made a double poleaxe just to outshine his students. Or was it that he needed a pizza peel?
Yeah.
Then there was nothing more to do than to clean up. Luckily, the puppets helped out. Just before I had to leave for my flight, I met Bobby Duke outside the bathroom. No, I wasn't stalking him. Maybe he was stalking me. Thanks to everyone I met. You made this awkward Swede feel at home. And thank you so much for watching, and have a nice whatever you're having.